this way, but then you get it and you hack it and you do all kind of other shit with it.
Modify it.
You modify it, you do all kind of weird shit, don't use it what it's used for. What do you think is going to end up happening? Something's going to go wrong.
Well, that's what he's doing with the earth.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's genetically modifying everything in the earth. Humans, animals,
food,
plants, pharmaceuticals, everything is engineered. All right.
That's why I said that earlier. Come on, come on.
So everything is just dying quicker, man. The earth is dying. Humans are dying quicker. Okay. Everybody's sick. Everybody's on some form of medication on this earth. Okay. We still have one. That was it.
The brother wanted 2nd Ezra 6 real quick. 2nd Ezra 6 in the same translation, starting at verse 7. It says, I'm going to start at 6 actually. It says, even then I decided that since I and I alone had created the world, I and I alone would bring it to an end. Then I asked, how long a period of time will divide the ages? When will the first age end and the next age begin?
I like that they use the word age there. Now, this world. It gives you, there's time periods, and they have the golden age,
modern age,
the modern age, the age of technology, Renaissance age. They have all these different ages, and this is basically another age, but this is the end of an age, which will usher in that as soon as this one's over, the new age of heaven will come in, of righteous heaven will come in. Right?
That's that age of immortality, man. Okay. Immortality is coming, but before we get there, we got to go through a fire. Okay? We got to make it through Jacob's trouble. Okay?
After this time period, Esau pretty much falls from the throne. He's going to be what you call succeeded. Like when an empire falls and another empire rises up, that means that empire succeeded the previous empire.
And you would call the king the successor.
He succeeded them, so they become the predecessor. Esau is going to be that predecessor. It's going to be the end of his time ruling in the earth. That's why I use that term age, because that's why you got to know the meaning of words. You read it in the English, you got to know what Greek word is in place. Sometimes the word world can mean in a global sense, oikomene, which is the entire inhabited earth. It could also mean cosmos, which means a government, a specific sector, group,
a specific set of rules that make
an
a
arrangement,
of things.
Adornment.
What they say.
That's pretty much what that is.
They say harmonious arrangement.
Harmonious arrangement, so on and so forth. Then you also have eon, which means a period of time or age. Right? So right here, we can definitely conclude that this is talking about the eon. Right? So the eon of when Esau's eon ends, is going to begin the everlasting eon of Jacob. It says, he answered, the interval will be no longer than that between Abraham. Hold on. It says the interval will be no longer than between Abraham. It says he was the grandfather of both Jacob and Esau, and when they were born, Jacob was holding Esau's heel. Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age.
Now let me say this, if you think about the time period from when the truth came back on the scene, you can say that was almost Abrahamic time. It's like the grandchildren now, which breaks down to Jacob and Esau. From Abraham, then Ishmael and Isaac, down to now. Now this is the time that we're living in. So you can almost say the boomers, the baby boomers, then the who's after the boomers? No, the Gen X, whatever, and then down to the Z and millennials. Okay, So it's like the grandchildren of that age that began. And that's why we know we're at the end of it, because it started, between the time period of like the late 60s, the early 70s, and now we're in the early 2020s.
Excuse me.
Okay, so it's like 50, almost 60 years now in between these two. So that's a good age of years now. The years were different, but I'm just likening it unto the time span. So we're at the end of this, man. We're at the grandchildren now. When Esau grabbed Jacob grabbed Esau's heel. All right, we're right there now, and we can begin to see clearly what's happening.
Yeah.
If we got 5 years, bro. I mean, the Most High do what He wants. If there's 5 years, I can only imagine what the world will possibly look like in 5 years. Robots and shit everywhere.
Hey,
When you think about it,
there'll be no people.
how long could you really last standing when you have a firm grip on what holds you up?
Right.
When you getting pulled by the heel, or your heel is being injured, it's only so far you can go.
Yeah. Because
You're not going to be stable. So Esau, he's at a stage right now where he's being pulled down, but he's still using his upper body strength to try to hold on to his power structure, but he's losing it, man. He's losing his grip.
And your heel is very important to your balance, your stance, because you could twist an ankle and still play. You could hurt your foot or hurt your toe, but that Achilles heel.
Ask Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
I was going to bring up football. A lot of the tackles that happen in football, if he could just get past that head, he'd be gone. But that one hand,
Just that heel.
hit that heel, messed up that foot.
Yep.
Now your foot is off, you fall.
Yeah.
Homie can't play for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Pretty much finished.
His career's over.
Pretty much over with, man. He can't come back. That's a done deal. So hey, think about it like Esau. It's a done deal for him.
Yeah.
He had a good run. He had a good run.
Yeah, he's doing good.
He did all his hardest.
Yeah.
Hey, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom.
Yeah.
It says Esau represents the end of this age, and Jacob represents the beginning of the new age. Hey, the Norval Seclorum of Jacob.
The righteous Novus Seclorum.
Order of Jacob.
That's Latin, by the way.
That's Latin.
What it came with Esau's age, rulership. The opposite of righteousness, not righteousness, man. He deceived the whole world, man. Deceived the whole world. He put himself in the position of the Most High. Okay? He said he was the chosen people of God. But yet he did everything opposite to what he was told, what the scriptures say to do. But violence, man, on the earth. Fuck. So much violence in the earth right now. Okay?
Hey, brothers been posting shit, bro. Like animal pits, just animals just eating people up. If that spirit is coming back into the animals, that natural wild beast spirit is coming back into the animals.
Yeah.
It's different with man. Man is coming back toward that too, but these beasts are coming back too. They gonna win that battle.
And I was watching like how these animal shit or whatever, it's like a clip. It was a gorilla. I think it was a gorilla or a chimp in the forest. And you know how Esau has had his run. He has had dominion, where he has control even of, you said, the animals, because a gorilla ran up, but didn't attack him. And it was spiritual to me, thinking that how we once had that, we had dominion over the animals and Esau, with time of Adam, but Esau had it for a short period of time, and that was spiritual. Like, damn, that gorilla, if that was me or you even if we would have stood there, he would have tore our fucking head off. But it's spiritual because Esau has had his dominion, has had his.
But now they're starting to turn.
Right.
Starting to turn on him now.
Yeah.
The difference is when we had dominion over the animals, they feared us, and it was a righteous order.
Yeah.
They have the animals to fear.
Yeah, right.
And the scriptures say, how the Lord appointed them bounds that they can't pass. That's not only talking about their actions, that the Lord will limit them what they can do on the earth, but also the time that they will have to do that.
That time's brought up. All of these are signs of these last days. Okay, but you can go ahead and
verse says, so if Jacob's hand is the beginning and Esau's will is the end, do not try to find a space in between.
Yeah, hey. So nobody else got next. There's no space in between. It's just after Esau goes down, then we come. But the balance has to be that, though. You can't go into another heathen ruling the earth age in between. It ain't going. The earth will perish.
It tells you in Daniel that all the other beasts, they had their dominion had an end. They had their run. You had the Babylonians, the Assyrians. You had the Medo Persians. You had Esau in the form of the Greeks. And then you had the Romans, which was also Esau. Esau had the longest reign of all heathen nations.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he fell for a period of time, then he was able to resurface again and come back into power.
And came in with a strict mind of what he wanted to do. He's been doing that. So he never wanted.
He came back hard.
Yeah, he never wanted to lose again.
I think he came out them caves hard, man.
Yeah.
He was plotting. Plotting.
It was his time to be back on the block, man. Yeah. And he did that. The Lord had to weaken Jake because Jake was, they was the dominant force in the world at the time. Yeah. The wars,
The Lord sent the pneumonic plagues, bubonic plagues.
Plus Jake was, fighting each other, of course. Greed got involved and all, what happens with it. And Esau slid in. But that was prophecy. Because the beast, the dragon, he had to be loose for a season.
Mm-hmm. He had to come back in power.
He had to come back into power, man. That deadly wound had to be healed. And he came back and whitewashed everything and made the world just forget that we was the ones before him for a 1,000-year period. And they're showing now because you got brothers did lessons on it. They mad at the movie The Book of Clarence because it's being depicted with nothing but Jake in it. All the biblical figures and the people of the Bible, they're supposed to be normally in the eyes of the people depicted as so-called white people. But it's all Jake in there, so they getting offended saying that it's blasphemous. No, what you did was blasphemous. And you ran with that lie for half a century. The world grew accustomed to that lie, and now that we're breaking down the strongholds and shining a light on your lies, now you're getting offended. Now all of a sudden, this is racist, this is outrageous, this is blasphemy. Get the fuck out of here.
Bro, they was going crazy for Little Mermaid.
Right.
So fictional shit. But this is the truth.
And here's the thing, everybody knows that it ain't white. Even if you don't believe he's black, you'll admit that, okay, why does the color matter? You'll say all these other things, but at the end of the day, you just don't like putting the idea that he's us. That's the problem. Because the power is in knowing that we're the Israelites. Okay? That's why we're out here. The Heavenly Father gave us the Spirit, which is a power to show you that we are his chosen people. That's what he's been hiding since he came into power. You got it, bro.
Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yeah, hey, the veil has been lifted, man. From all the lies that you told, the truth is coming out. Things are coming to light. You got it?
And the veil that is spread over all nations. He will swallow up death in victory.
And you'll have heathens that aren't white debating, well, he is white. You have Jake, our own people, saying it's blasphemy that there's dark-skinned characters in the Bible. Because they just what's it called, Stockholm syndrome. They just can't see themselves as a godly people.
Yeah.
Showing you that this devil's plan had worked. That there is power in depicting things.
It's power in images.
In images and there's power in that. Depicting certain things.
And the Lord power will wipe away tears from all faces. And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth. For the Lord has spoken.
Yeah, it's like when